So today is my first time to ever ride a mountain bike, which means it's also my first time at a mountain bike park. I'm super excited to learn all the things that beginners do. I am Ian Lawrence, and this is Tie-Dye Mountain. Let's get it. Wow. Today, I'm here with my good friend Tim, and we are at the Kohler Mountain Bike Reserve in Bentonville, Arkansas, home to Drop the Hammer and many other very fun features. Tim's going to be showing me the ways of MTB.
Just be careful, man. Be careful.
Or at least I hope he is. Anyways, I realized less than a minute into the trail, my first mistake.
Oh, this jersey's cold.
Right?
It's got too many holes.
Yeah, so I was wearing a very old mesh dirt biking jersey my dad had lying around, and it's cold outside. Apparently, dressing appropriately it can make or break a ride. Guess now I know. Oh, and fun fact, this jersey's older than I am. Next up, we have this fairly difficult climb on a narrow trail next to big rocks and a cliff, which, you know, being my first time mountain biking and all, it's just a little bit scary. Just a little. But, you know, I'm doing it.
Yeah, man, you're good at it. I'm only good at one direction. Down.
And finally, we made it to my first
My
bike.
eyes always water.
I've never done...
So have you ever practiced burns?
No.
Basically, don't ride straight up. Lean into it a little bit and just feel it.
Watch YouTube videos.
And while I've seen berms on YouTube, the concept of going with enough speed into a berm to press the bike into the corner and not go straight or just crash is pretty foreign to me.
You want to see it in real life?
Sure.
No pedaling. You don't have to go fast at all.
You said no pedaling?
Yeah, don't pedal. And use your brakes before the berm. So slow down before the berm. There you go, perfect.
First berm achieved.
There you go, that was it. And then try standing up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you want to head up?
Sure.
So they changed this right here. You could go that way if you want.
I've never done that. I'm just dumb enough to try.
You never know until you do it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, see? That's another thing they changed. Turn around. This is the downhill now.
Yeah, so that was a do not enter sign showing the end of a downhill trail. So we had to turn around and go find the real climbing trail. And why my guide went the wrong way was because he hadn't been to the park in a while, and apparently they've done some newly completed construction, which means that the end of Fireline became the beginning of the climbing trail and vice versa. So basically just shenanigans. And there's this love-hate relationship with trails in Arkansas because in Arkansas you can find construction year-round. However, this means that their maps are never up to date. For instance, this map which they posted in the parking lot is out of date as of over a year ago. Anyways, let's get back to the climbing trail.
So a lot of people say, don't pull on your handlebars at all when you're climbing. And a lot of them say, pull on as hard as you can. I say, do whatever's comfortable.
Nice.
This kid just up and does a wheelie in the middle of the climbing trail. And it's my first time on a mountain bike, so he's clearly got me impressed.
This is the first trip up? I'm out of shape for this.
Me too, I haven't done this in a long time. Whoa, they changed the wow. Wow. I can't wait to hit Fireline. Oh, this looks good. Wow, that used to not be there at all. And this is where the trail used to cross over right here. Look at how good it is. That's amazing. There used to be tricks right here. Oh my goodness. So, right there, you can use it as a drop, or you can use it as a roll-in.
Apparently, that wasn't there before. Honestly, this section I'm struggling with right here is probably the most difficult section on the entire climbing trail.
It looks like you're struggling in the corners.
How should my forks be set up?
Yeah, I'm right full of beginner questions.
Well, that bike, you can't change them. This I can put air in it. So.
I mean, I can change it.
You can?
This does something. I don't know what the other knob does.
But it's coil. It's a spring. So ultimately, you can't really change it that much. I don't know. However you like it, just mess around and see what's better.
Yeah.
But I don't really think that it'll do anything.
Just mess around with it is a really good tip. Slowly change the settings on your bike and try it out. Just be careful, because you will find the wrong settings, and it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing.
So there's a bike. It's a giant downhill bike. It's like this, but it'll be good for you because it has the right amount of travel. It's heavy, but you can do everything on it. I mean, that's if you like mountain
Yeah.
biking.
So by the way, I'm currently on a really cheap bike, and we haven't even made it to a downhill trail yet, and Tim's already trying to convince me to get a new bike.
How do you get your handlebars to stop slipping off?
Oh, well, again, it's kind of a better bike thing, you know?
I get that.
As I was riding, the grips on the handlebars were sliding off the ends, so I had to keep pushing them back on. Again, this bike is utter crap.
Here, you need to watch Seth's Bike Hacks, or Burn Peak.
I've seen them, yep.
You've seen them?
I'm subscribed, I think, now.
Listen to that guy. He'll tell you everything.
Okay.
Also, a good tip,
Yeah, the rocks are kind of slippery. And plus, your tires are really bad, so I guess it's a better bike for you. You might need to put the seat up. That way it's easier for you to climb.
yeah, seat up for climbing, down for descending. Didn't know that was a thing before this first ride.
Whoa! Fireline is awesome. So on a jump line, you should never block the trail because you see somebody, you're looking, and then it could cause them to crash.
So, I cannot stress how important it is to get off the trail. There have been too many times, frankly, where I'm on the trail thinking I can get out of the way in time, only for somebody to come up and have to wait for me to move out of their way. Just get off the trail. It's the best option. Trust me.
See, there's a bike that you need right there. Something like that. It's a hardtail. And then after that, you'll probably get one of these. Something like this. It's an aluminum full suspension and makes it more comfort ride. Just a more fun ride overall. Plus, it doesn't hurt your butt as much.
I was finding that on the inclines, I was getting my back tire to slip. Didn't have traction.
Yeah, because that's, that
trash
tire's
tire.
pretty worn out and it's just small and not grippy. You see how these are wide and
Yep.
traction? It should be easier to climb now, but more efficient. It saves you energy.
If only I could get on the bike, it'd be easier to climb.
Finally got on my bike.
If you ever do like mountain biking, once you get pretty good, we can go to Eureka Springs, like Leatherwood.
Nice.
The downhills are insane.
Do not enter.
That's okay.
Is it though? Is it really? Well, to be perfectly honest, we regularly ignore that sign because it's the fire road, aka the fastest way to the top. And if you hear a vehicle, just get out of the way.
So, no footer.
At last, we finally made it to the top, and Tim decides to show off, cause that wheelie he did beforehand wasn't impressive enough.
You see that?
I did. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, also dropper posts are a big thing.
Yep.
Well, you press a button and you sit down on it and it goes down, then you press a button and it comes back up. And if you want to warm up on fireline just a little bit, and then come back up and hit the whole thing.
Warm up? What's a warm up?
All right, ready?
Yep.
So we're just going to do a little bit of this, just warm up, and I'll come back. So get the feel of the burn.
Tie-dye Mountains, dropping in for the first time ever.
Yeah, I needed to be in a different gear.
Yeah.
I was still climbing and that didn't work.
I was still in a climbing gear on the downhill trail. Really?
So how do you feel on the berm?
Oh, the berms feel good. The jumps I'm landing nose first on.
In part 2, we do Fireline in its entirety. I do a drop, which was fairly eventful, I have to say. If you want to check out all of the gnarly footage I've got within the last year, go watch the channel trailer, and make sure to give that like button a big old fist bump so that this video can spread to more beginner mountain bikers like you. I'll see you in the next one. Wow.